Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another one of XOTIC PC's video reviews. Today we have the MSI GT80 Titan-001. This is an 18.4 inch matte type screen, has a resolution of 1920 by 1080. The CPU is the Intel i7-4720HQ 2.6 to 3.6 gigahertz. The big thing about this, it has two NVIDIA GTX 980Ms in SLI. Those are the 8 gig versions each, so you're looking at 16 gigs of video RAM total. For the system RAM, 16 gigs is pre-installed at 1600 megahertz and it can support up to 32 gigs. For the hard drive, we have two 128 gigabyte M.2 SSDs for a total of 256 gigabytes, and those are in RAID. There are two additional slots that are open, so it supports up to 4. It also has a 1 terabyte, 7200 RPM hard drive in there. It comes with a Blu-ray reader-writer, as well as CD and DVD read-write capabilities. For your wireless card, we're looking at the Bigfoot Killer N1525 with AC support. Windows 8.1 is pre-installed. The warranty is a 2-year US warranty, including 1-year accidental damage protection, which you do have to register for within 30 days. You also get a 1-year global warranty. No accidental damage protection included with that. It is a big computer, obviously 18.4 inch screen. So for our dimensions, we're looking at 17.95 across, 13.02 inches deep, and then 1.93 inches thick. Weighs in at 9.9 pounds, and that is including the 9-cell battery. We're going to take a look at the viewing angles of the screen. We have our colorful gradient up. I'll spin it off to the left. And we just want to keep an eye out for any type of color washout. I'll pretty much give this dead even with us. Even go a little bit past so you can see that color if anything washes out. I didn't really see anything there. We'll spin it off to the right. Also in person, I'm seeing a really good representation as well. Nothing washing out left or right. And then I'll pull it down towards us and then we'll lean it back. So again, you just want to keep an eye out for any type of color washout. And that looks real good. All the way till it's even there. Then I'll lean it back as well. And that also gets you a good idea of how far back the screen will go. That looks real good. We just want to take a quick look at the back panel to point out the exterior finish on it. As you can see, the MSI Gaming logo is backlit, and it also has two LEDs on the left and right of it there. You can see that. It's also a brushed metal on the back of it as well. And let me pop off the light real quick so you can see that light pop. We're taking a look at the keyboard because this is one of the coolest things about the computer. It is a mechanical keyboard by SteelSeries, and they're using Cherry MX switches on there. So really good feedback on there. It is a little clickety, but that is expected out of any type of mechanical keyboard. But for speed and accuracy, it's about the best type of keyboard that you can get. If you've typed on a mechanical keyboard before, you'll never go back to anything else. It will come with a wrist guard or a wrist rest. And you can see that here, still in the plastic, but you would just put that right up to it. And again, that's included with it. Makes it a little bit more comfortable because there's no palm rest like you're used to with laptops. Absolutely no flex into it, which is kind of expected on it. And it will come also with gold caps for the WASD keys for your gaming. When you're moving forward, back, left, or right, there's little caps that are included. Let me get those out for you. So here's the case that they come in. You just open this up, and you'll see they're right in here, and these just come off. They have this little tool here to help you take them on and off, but you would just take these and you would put them right over the keys if you'd like to. Now, typically, you have your touchpad underneath the keyboard. Since this design doesn't allow for it, you're going to see the touchpad right off to the side here. So this is the touchpad. It also works as the number pad. So you just touch it up here, and it turns into a number pad. And you just hit that again, and it'll turn into a touchpad. And then you got your left click right there. We're going to take a look at the ports of the computer. We're starting on the back left-hand side. That is going to be the exhaust vent right there, and then right above it is your optical drive. So you just hit the button there, and there's your optical drive in and out. Underneath that's your Kensington lock. Then you have your memory card reader for your secure digital SD cards. You got 3 USB 3.0 ports, and then you have an optical out on there, which is really nice. Don't see very many computers with that anymore. There's 2 audio ports there. One is for your headphones, the other is for your microphone. Spin it around to the front. Got your status indicator lights. We'll come back to those. Spin it off to the right-hand side. You have 2 more USB 3.0 ports, another exhaust port. We'll spin it off to the rear, where you're also going to get another exhaust port. So there's a left, I should say a side and rear on both sides. You have 2 mini display ports, an HDMI port, your power port, and then your Ethernet port. You got the right exhaust, that would be the left rear exhaust vent. And we're just finishing it off on the left-hand side where we started up. Here's a closer look at the status indicator lights. You have the Wi-Fi, then the power plug-in is shown by a battery. So if your AC adapter was plugged in, that light would be on. And then on the right, we have the hard drive activity light. So any read-write activity, that'll blink up for you. We're going to take a look at the boot time. Again, this is 2 128 gigabyte M.2 drives in RAID 0, so it should be pretty quick. There's also room for 2 more. So the computer is completely off. I'm going to turn it on and hit start on my phone at the same time. So we'll go 3, 2, 1. And I'll stop that the best I can right when we get to the desktop. So we're looking at 27 seconds there. So not a bad time. Definitely adding a 3rd or 4th SSD into there is going to cut that time down. We ran Crystal Disk Mark just to check the speeds of the drives in there. So you're seeing a read time of over a gigabyte per second, write time of 652.5 megabytes per second. Then the 4K speeds here, 27.36 and 65.26. Again, that is 2 128 gigabyte M.2 drives in RAID 0. All right, we're going to start taking a look at some of the performance of the computer. We'll start off with 3D Mark Firestrike. As you can see, I have the decimal meter set up here, just kind of off to the side of the computer. So you can see what type of noise is produced when the computer goes under load. I'll also put the microphone down next to the fan once it gets up and going. As usual, we'll have our thermal pictures overlaid over it so you can see where the temperatures are being produced. And we have a hardware monitor running in the background so we can look at the temps once we're all done. And of course, we'll go over the results and see how the performance is. 3D Mark Fire Strikes finished up. We have the results here. You're seeing a score of 12,876, graphics score of 18,154, physics score 9,436, and a combined score of 4,889. And again, this is with dual GTX 980Ms and the i7 4720HQ. So let's pull up hardware monitor to take a look at the temperatures. And let's take a look at the CPU first. So we're seeing 84 to 87 on the CPUs. Definitely not bad temperatures there. And then we're seeing the dual 980s. You see one of them there, got to 66, the other one 77. So really not bad temperatures at all considering the power that's in this computer. So we'll run a couple more benchmarks and take a look at the results of those. Right, we have the second benchmark done here. It's 3D Mark Skydiver. Looking at a score of 27,855, graphics score of 54,634, physics score 9,052 with a combined score 17,855. Let's bring in some temperatures here. We're at the CPU looking at 87, 90, 91 on one of the cores. That's about the max temp there. Let's scroll down to the GPUs here. So you'll see one 980 is at 66 and the other one is at 80 Celsius. 3D Mark 11's all finished up. This is the last benchmark we're going to run. So let's take a look at the score here. We're at a P15,767, graphics score of 23,864, a physics score 7,962, and a combined score 7,603. Take a look at the temperatures that we saw here. Here you go with the CPU temperatures, 84, 85, 87, 88. So we'll just say mid to upper 80s. And then the GPU scores. We got one of the GPUs at 61, the other GPU at 75. So that gives you a good idea of the performance that you're going to get, obviously with dual 980s in there. Really, really high numbers. Excellent temperatures to support the hardware in there too. All right, we're going to pop open the bottom of the computer to take a look at the internals. Pretty simple to do. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 screws to do undo, which I've already done. When you can see it a little bit closer, you're going to notice two of them have a little hard drive and RAM indicator on it. So there's one here and one there, just two of those, and I'll show you why that's kind of important to pay attention to those two. But right now I've undone all of them. What we can do, once you've undone them all, you can just remove the bottom away like that. And then what you're going to find here, this initially most people think this is the battery, but this is actually the bottom of the keyboard. The battery's over here. Okay, then we have one of the fans off to the side, and you have the fins on both left and right hand side. Got your heat transfer pipes there, and it's identical on both sides. So that's because you have your dual 980s, which you can see right here. So there's one 980 underneath this, another one over here, and the CPU is right in the middle. So they all kind of share same heat transfer pipes as they go around and dissipate that heat out so it can exhaust out there for you. Right in the middle is two RAM slots. Again, there's a total of 4 of them. The 2 are on the other side, and we'll get to those in a second. But you also get the subwoofer here. And taking a look, that's really about it that you can see on the bottom part of it. Now, I'll go ahead and flip it over. Open it up. Now, those 2 screws I was just talking about, if you just undid those 2, then you can remove this part here. And all it does, you just got to slide it over, and then it'll lift up. Now, this gives you access to your optical drive, and then the 4 M.2 drive. So there's one here, a second one that's already pre-installed. There's a slot for a third one here, and then the fourth one goes over here. 2 open RAM slots, and then here's your regular 2.5-inch hard disk drive. You got your speakers on top as well. And that really covers the internals of the computer. All right, that's going to finish up our look at the MSI GT80 Titan. Hopefully you got some good information on it. If you have any questions, give us a call. It's 1-877-289-9684, or you can email sales@exoticpc.com or reach us on our live chat. We're available from 9 to 5:30 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. Make sure to like and subscribe. And of course, check out our website. It's exoticpc.com. That's www.xoticpc.com. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching.